to the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube page. It's your boy LR. And who do we have in front of us right here? The one and only Bucky Barnes himself. Is the 509, MMS509 that is. Bucky Barnes from Infinity War, as well as, you already know what it is, Endgame. It was funny because I didn't know whether or not I wanted to actually pre-order this figure, if it was going to be one I was going to pick up. But then again, I thought about it because I didn't actually have the Civil War Bucky or the Winter Soldier Bucky. And I know I wanted to have them, but I missed out on both of those. This one was high on my list, but at the same time, I didn't know what the demand would be. On top of that, I didn't know how late we would get this figure, but I must say it was worth the wait. Yeah, plus I'm a completionist, so you actually needed Bucky. If you got Cap, you need a Bucky. You must have a Bucky, and I must say that this particular figure did not disappoint. Jumping right on in, look at this. I mean, the box art is incredible. The detail already impeccable. I must say, before I even cracked it open, I can already see that I'm going to get some detail and get some good quality in this figure. We have the Hot Toys logo at the bottom. We have the movie masterpiece. We have the Bucky Barnes logo with the Avengers Infinity War logo. As always, presentation is a must. And like I said, they haven't disappointed me so far with this particular box. Turn it to the side. As always, with the Infinity War and Endgame line, you have the gauntlet here on the side here with Bucky Barnes in the middle. And on the back, of course, with all the figures, it gives you the warnings, detail, everything. Everybody was basically involved with this figure, from, again, the head sculpt, down to the tailoring, stitching, anything that you want to get there. On the side here, of course, again, we have the Bucky Barnes logo. Now, when we actually crack this open, let me pull that out. When we crack it open, you actually get a sneak peek of the actual clamshell. Bucky Barnes himself is right there, but we're not going to get into that figure just yet. Just wanted to show you actually how it slides completely off. There you have the Winter Soldier star on the side of his left arm, that mechanical arm that we got. And of course, from the back there, with all pretty much the Marvel product, you actually see everyone who was basically involved with the production of this figure. Howard Chan, J.C. Hong, Terry Chen, Yan Sun-jun, pretty much everybody who was basically involved in this, and have blessed us with their masterful art and detail to these figures. But yeah, like I said, you get good quality with this. And without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to jump right on in. Let me zoom back out. We're going to jump right on in, get out those accessories first, and then we will take a look at Bucky Barnes himself, the Winter Soldier. Okay, so we have all the accessories out for your boy Bucky. Comes with quite a bit here. We get the standard set of hands, left and right. We have his metallic hands on the left here. Well, actually, his left, my right. But the metallic hands that actually go with the, the mechanical arm that he actually has. We have the right hands. Right here, we basically have, and well, before we get there, let's just look at the detail on the hands itself. And this is basically the arm that he received from Wakanda, graced and gifted to him by Panther himself, T'Challa. And as you can see, it basically it is like that metallic gray with the inserts. It's sort of like a yellow, it's like a greenish type of seam to make it look more like electronic. I wish that we would have actually got a chance to see what this arm could do in a movie. That was pretty much in Endgame, was one of the things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way about the film, is that certain characters who I thought were important and should have actually gotten more action didn't, mainly Bucky. Considering the simple fact that his strength, his speed, his power, rivals Cap, himself. We didn't get a chance to see any of that displayed in either one of the movies. I mean, I know they had central characters and who they wanted to focus on, but It would have been, you know, kind of good to see that. But anyway, getting back into this, or the hands itself, we, you know, do get a lot of detail there. I do, you know, like the detail that they put in the quality in this hand, the sets of hands that we've actually gotten. So you can't really complain too much there. Up here, we have his weaponry. You know, Bucky comes, he's a sharpshooter, so, you know, he had to come with a gun itself. We have that with a full clip. We have his scope right here. If you look at the gun has a lot of moving parts, but I would say be very careful, you know, with this, because like I said, it does have a lot of movement here, especially in the back, you know, basically right here, up top. I haven't actually put the clip in. Like I said, this is, you know, his full clip, that, you know, we basically, I believe we open this here and it inserts that way, I believe. Yep, there we go. But yep, got his full clip already ready to go, you know, ready to blast on him. I haven't put the scope on, but, you know, we'll pull that out and take a look at that. The scope itself sits on the top of the actual gun, so it's also a detachable piece. You can see the detail and the quality they put in that. I even like the little lens that they put there, front and back. So we get a lot of detail there. And then he has his bayonet that comes with it. His trusty bayonet that he actually keeps on the side that he, you know, look at that. I like the detail in that. A little bit of weathering, but not too much, as we didn't really see him, you know, do too much with it. But, you know, I do like the detail that we, you know, get there in that. So that's pretty good. I do like that. I mean, as you can see, they focused a lot in on giving us quality with that. And then, of course, we get his stand. It is the same stand that we've gotten with most of the actual films. The Infinity store, with the A in the middle, with the Infinity logo at the bottom. On the stand itself, you see the name. You know it, Bucky Barnes. I wish they'd have put the Winter Soldier there, but anyways, Bucky Barnes himself, Cap's trusty and best friend. For ages, as you know, they go way back, way back, basically to the Howling Commando days back in World War I, World War II, keep me honest. You know, he played a very important role in Cap's life. So, you know, and then, you know, we have here, which probably won't be used, like I won't use it too much, but it is a nice addition to this character. The detail is the deteriorating arm that we saw in Infinity Wars when, you know, he pretty much faded away, snapped, as they would say. But yeah, I like that. It sort of like reminds me like a cross in between a metallic arm and a bit of the particles with Groot. But yeah, I like the detail. Though I like the detail, I won't be using this on the figure itself. There's no need to really use it, for me, that is. But others might want to use it and post it up in their display. But yeah, as far as the accessories, this is basically what we get. All the accessories that comes with the figure, which isn't too much, but I mean, it is. I mean, it's enough for Bucky. But without further ado, we're going to crack open that figure, get that out here, move these accessories on the side, and let's bring the man himself out.
Check this out. Check this out.
And here we go. We got the man of the hour himself, Bucky Barnes. And I must say, you know what? This figure is amazing. From the detail, the head sculpt, the stitching. Can't expect anything less from Hot Toys. You know, again, it was a figure that I was on the fence about. But then again, I don't have the Winter Soldier Bucky. I didn't have the you know, Civil War Bucky, so this was a no-brainer, and I'm glad I pulled the trigger. As you can see, highly, you know, highly detailed, from the mechanical arm to the weaponry, to the, you know, pretty much the design of, you know, his wardrobe, the stitching. I mean, it's detailed. This is completely movie accurate. I mean, the head sculpt, you know, from the prototype that we got to the final production, I mean, everything. I can't say anything else about this figure. It's amazing so far. I mean, if we actually get up in the head sculpt itself, visually, you most definitely will see Sebastian Stan. You see the detail, the quality in the figure itself. Can't take away from that. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. You know, just the quality that we get in that head sculpt, from the design of the wardrobe. As you can see, if we, you know, pretty much pull that up there, the likeness, I mean, the likeness of Sebastian Stan on this figure is amazing. But like when we get to the actual wardrobe itself, I love the stitching, you know, the shoulder plates that he basically has, you know, and it, you know, the cross stitching in the back of his jacket. It's, the tailoring on this is amazing. We get a chance to see that metallic arm. Like, look at that. Look at the detail in that arm itself. I mean, simply amazing. I can't say enough about that. And you do get a lot of articulation with this figure. Let's just go down here. Look at the pants. The detail in that. Let's bring it down, tap it, so we can actually get a chance to see a bit of that. You see that? You know, look at that. The boot stitching, everything. I mean, this is a quality figure, I must say. Like, I mean, if you were on the fence, if you're one of the ones that was basically on the fence about this figure, get it. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, if you don't already have a Bucky, this would be the one to get, especially if you want to pose him next to Cap. I don't have the Infinity War Cap. I do have the Endgame Cap on order. I have the comic book concept art, the comic concept art cap, but it's going to look just as good right next to him. I do have the Black Widow, so I'm going to put it next to them. But yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about this figure. Like, I'm really highly impressed at what I got, and what we get with them. I mean, just that detail that you actually see, that we get, the likeness again to Sebastian Stan. Let me turn these outer lights off a little bit just so we can focus on that a tad bit more. Look at that. That looks better. That looks better. Yeah, from the brow to the just like I said, just the head. It looked, the likeness on that is Sebastian Stan. You can't go wrong with this figure, and especially a trusty friend to Cap. I needed one, I got him. You know, I'm happy about it. I'm happy, you know, about everything I got with this figure. But like I said, if you don't already have it, please make sure you get this figure before it sells out. It is a must-have. Again, you know, I don't want to go too deep in articulation. I mean, although I'm going to actually, you know, have him pose up a certain way in a couple ways, you know, it is highly poseable. I mean, there are a lot of flexing and range of motion in the ankles, the arms, everything. Now, the only thing is the metallic arm itself was a bit stiff. So, you know, be careful when you're moving that arm, because like I said, I mean, you don't want to move it a certain way where it snaps. So it was a bit stiff, you know, within the joint itself. But other than that, I am extremely happy about having this figure in hand, being able to see it. Now with the head sculpt, just one other thing I wanted to talk about with that is just be as careful as you can, because the thing is, you get a lot of motion up and down, everything, but the hair does give it some restraint, so you can't actually twist his head to the back. You know, it stays pretty much a certain way, but at the same time, you do get, you know, for poses that you would want to get everything you want to get from this figure. Can't say enough. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with everything that we actually get from it. So if you don't already have this figure, And I'm going to tell you this one more time. If you don't already have it, get it in hand. I'll put the link at the bottom of this video where you can actually get it. I get my figures all through Sideshow. Again, they haven't done me wrong, so I always support them. But you can get it through Big Bad Toy Store and another, a few other outlets, I'm pretty sure. But you want to get it before it sells out, because if you get on second market, of course, we know it's going to be expensive to get in hand. But yeah, I do suggest getting this figure. Very impressed about it. But yeah, it's your boy, LR. Once again, bringing you the best in 1/6 scale figures and collectibles and everything pop culture. If you like this video, hit that like button at the bottom and share. Subscribe and share, most definitely. And as always, prepare for my next video. Again, you can actually reach me on Instagram. You can reach me on Facebook and other couple of medias that a couple projects I have coming. I won't name right now, but we'll get at that a little bit later. But yeah, make sure, again, sorry about that. Make sure you follow my YouTube channel. And again, LR for 1/6 scale, man. Again, peace and love as always. Stay blessed.